Hey everyone, I am Damian Holbrook, senior writer at TV Guide magazine, and I am so excited to have Lacey Chabert, Wes Brown, and Ellen Travolta join me as we chat about their new movie, Haul Out the Halloween, which I'm absolutely in love with. It is premiering Saturday, October 11th at 8, 7 Central on the Hallmark Channel. You guys, I cannot stop talking about this movie. I've loved the Haul Out series. I love this, and we'll talk about this, but you're doing Halloween now, and it fits so perfectly because Evergreen Lane is the most festive block in America, but you are doing Halloween. So how was it, first of all, transforming this street that you know so well into something different? Lacey, how was it? Because you're the pot stirrer here.
Yeah, I love that in the first Hall at the Holly, Emily is like not wanting to celebrate the holidays and just wants to like get away from it all. So she comes home and little does she know what's in store for her. And basically, she gets on board. And by this third movie, I feel like she's turned into her fiance, Jared, almost, where she is such an advocate for celebrating, being as festive as possible. She's keeping the HOA rules. They are a united front now, and I just love how excited and committed this whole neighborhood is to celebrating the holiday and decorating and the costumes, and it's just so fun. But for me, now that we've made it to a third movie, which was just so incredible that we had the chance to do that. I love that it's also about the relationships now and how much these people really care about each other and how, as a neighborhood, they are a true community. And that's how I feel off camera with, the whole entire cast and crew. And they're just the most wonderful people. And it's such a pleasure and an honor to get to make these things.
Nice. And Wes, Jared is, he's the rules guy. He's got the binder. He knows the HOA rules back and forth. As soon as I heard HOA for the first time in this one, I was like, oh my God. Here we go. He is not entirely sold on how Halloween is coming to town, right?
Right. Yeah, no, that's one of the fun things about it is that there's all these unwritten rules that we get to discover, the audience gets to discover as Jared and Emily are discovering, why Halloween has never been celebrated, while they're bringing it back. How do they navigate the new neighbors with the new rules? So I think it's fun that the audience gets to travel along and they get to find out as Jared and Emily do as well. Super fun.
And Ellen, Mary Louise, she's the long timer. Like, she has lived there all this time. Like, she's embedded in this street, this community. She is, we see in this one that she has to bring the hammer down at some point.
She's got to be strict.
Yeah. But she also loves to celebrate.
Yeah. I think she sits and just waits for the holidays. Right. Sometimes I think, what is she doing today? She's waiting.
This gives her something to do.
She loves it. And I think sometimes, that particular neighborhood is on another planet.
Yeah.
Our lives, what do we do in our downtime? Because most of the time, we're figuring out the holidays. But I do have to say one thing, and I want to say it before I forget it. These two people are so gorgeous, so beautiful, and they're so funny. That's a combination that's sometimes hard to find, that you can be that wonderful, that, handsome and excited about going to Santa College. It's just, it's an interesting life there on the lane. But I do love it, and it's just it. And what you use community, and we all get along so well in life that it makes it so much fun. And Evergreen Lane has never looked more wonderful. It's scary. And it's done to great detail, and it's got a whole different feel to it, and it's really fabulous.
And what was it? Because you guys, Hallmark, they know how to decorate for Christmas. They know, you got to have lights in every shot. You've got to have, red. I watch the show, and then I try to, watch these shows, and I then decorate accordingly. But Halloween, we don't really get to see that much of on Hallmark. And for you guys, it must have been very fun to be on that set and seeing how they do a different holiday.
Yeah, but also I have a question. And does anyone know, is this the first Halloween movie they've done?
No, I think there have been others in the past, but I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is probably the first really Halloween focused movie that has happened in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
Halloween is
it's
in
certainly the
them.
first one I've done.
Yeah. And the first one, I watch it all the time. It's the first one I've seen the pumpkins and fall, autumn, that season, but not Halloween to this glorification.
And it really is. It is. And so you talked about the community and the family, and it's so cool because, again, your third movie, like Lacey mentioned, you become this family. So what was it like when you all got back on set for this installment? What's the first day back? Is it just no work is getting done because you're all just catching up?
We're planning our weekend festivities. No. You know what it's like?
That is true.
It's like
no, what you just said is true.
It is true. That's really important, but it's like a series that takes a long time to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to remember, but because it's all the same people, but they're dealing with, you know, a different situation, a different holiday. But by the third one, it felt like this is a series.
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to continue.
What are these weekend festivities, Wes?
Ask Miss Travolta. She normally is the leader of them.
Normally,
she's the leader.
Melissa Peterman is the leader. She's the leader. We have to make that very clear.
Yes.
She is the one that heads of it. I'm her assistant.
Okay.
And I think she likes it that I'm a little older and I can't do a lot of it. She just is unbelievable. She has prizes of our faces on carry-all bags. Mine is a T-shirt with me with a phrase that people know about me that I don't text. She's amazing. I mean, it's just her. She loves games, and so we have a party, and that's a big thing. When we got the last one, what are we going to do for what was it, Memorial Day? You know, the party that was going on when we filmed this. And we had festivities. We went out. We went karaoke. We did up Utah.
So
by the way, the text was, she makes the tough calls because she doesn't text.
Nice. That's a good one. And so are we saying that Melissa is more of a Jared than a Pam?
Oh, yes.
Probably so.
Oh,
unabashedly. Comparison. Yes.
Unabashedly. She goes beyond. And then while she's doing it on film, she's doing it in life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she's
the best.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I would want to move onto the street knowing these characters now and knowing these neighbors. And in this one, you get new neighbors. But I also love the script is so smart and so funny. McLean Nelson.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Crushed it.
Crushed it.
I mean, and there's a sequence where the jokes are coming so fast that I was like, I was texting friends. I'm like, you guys, this is easily one of the best comedies that Hallmark has ever done. This is because the characters, like Jared is so weird, and I love that. But then you get these new neighbors who would technically be considered the weirdest, but I still feel like Jared is weirder.
Well, Jared is it? Yeah,
he just cares so much. He's so committed. And the way that you play him, Wes, is so endearing and charming and funny.
I'm sorry. How did he get through school?
Honestly,
you know, he's an architect. When?
Yeah. When?
Where? He's too busy writing citations.
Like in the first one, I remember emailing the Hallmark people, and I was like, "This character, I cannot believe you are like. We've never seen a Hallmark hunk get to be off-center, to be quirky, to be. They're usually like, you know, the stoic cowboy types. This guy is particular, and he's nickety, and he's so funny. And I love that we keep coming back to this, and it's rubbing off on Emily.
It is, you know, and again, back to a lot of that credit goes to McLean and writing. I feel like he had a vision, and he's so passionate about it's like because he's an editor too. He edits in his head, so I'd be doing something, and you know, for maybe just a few moments, we weren't on the same page, and then he would explain to me what the visual cues you look like in the shot. So it's really fun to have this collaboration. To, like you said, kind of go out of the stereotypical you know, lead per se, and kind of, you know, get to play and be goofy and try things, and maybe sometimes they work, maybe sometimes they don't work, but it's really fun to play and try these new things.
And so, yes, go ahead.
I think you're very brave. I think it's brave to do that. And I remember, I have to repeat this, but my little brother is John Travolta. And when he saw the movie, he made special remark. He said, you know how hard it is to be beautiful and be funny and to be brave enough to commit to that.
I'm glad
Lacey
this is recorded because no one would
Lacey's
believe
a
me.
different, her funny is different, but his is just, he's like wow, who is this dude? He's just a little off.
Yeah, a little off. Yeah,
a lot off.
So how are the
So
new
good,
neighbors?
Wes.
We have Luna and Marvin, and this is, you know, the big Halloween Town reunion. So what is it like bringing in new neighbors for these films?
It was so exciting. Kim and Daniel are my real life dear, dear, dear friends. So it was just such an awesome thing that it all worked out and they were able to join us on the lane. And, you know, I think sometimes it's hard to come in when there's an existing cast and we already have such a love and friendship shared. And I felt like right off the bat, you know, this group is just so wonderfully welcoming and they had so much fun with us immediately. And it was just, I'm so glad they were able to join us. And I mean, you know, sometimes on set you're doing a scene and everybody kind of goes their separate ways in between. They're on a break, but like with us, it's like we're all just hanging out in the basement of the house where we're filming. The neighbors were so welcoming. We're all going to dinner after work and, you know, planning our weekend activities like Ellen was talking about. And it just feels like a family. And especially when it was so unexpected. I mean, when we did the first movie, I didn't know that it would continue. I don't think that was the original intent. And it's just such a dream every time we have the chance to come together again. And I really hope that this isn't the last time. I mean, we got lots of story ideas, and I do want to shout out, if you don't mind, to McLean. You know, he wrote and directed this one. He's directed all of them, and he has the biggest heart and cares so much and has such a knack for comedy and timing, and never ever forgetting how to best serve the characters. And he's just such an amazing leader.
I agree with that. He is also brave. I mean, he'll try something that you probably know is going to be on the editing floor, but he does it, and he does it with great panache, and he treats everybody so respectfully, and responds to everybody, and loves what we all do, and sitting in the basement with people like those two guys and Melissa and Stephen.
Yeah.
You're getting history lessons. You know, I mean, it's amazing the careers and the memories and the things. And it's one nice thing about this business. If you're part of it and you're there, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 9, you can be 90. And that respect and acceptance is really quite wonderful. And Hallmark, all the people are as kind as their shows.
And you know what? It reflects in this, even in this story, how the neighborhood welcomes Luna and Marvin and really embraces the idea of, like, you know, we should get back to celebrating Halloween, which also helps Emily and Jared take some major steps forward. You know, they're a little stuck in a place, you know, especially Emily with and I don't want to spoil anything, but a very emotional storyline with the grandmother.
Yeah, there is a really poignant thing that's happening behind the scenes. And when the audience finds out, you know, why they stopped acknowledging Halloween, it's actually a very emotional and poignant reason. And by doing this again and coming together again, it just shows how the neighborhood stands behind her in this moment. And I also love that in the romantic storyline, you know, Jared and Emily are taking the next step and getting married right at the beginning, so I'm not spoiling anything. But my favorite part of the whole wedding, which I love TV weddings, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, they're just really fun. But my favorite part about it is seeing the emotion of everyone else watching this couple and standing behind this couple and how much they truly love each other. And it reminds me of how we all love each other in real life. So there's like, I feel like when we're having so much fun behind the scenes, I feel like that just translates through the screen and hopefully into people's living rooms.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely does. And the counterbalance to that, where Emily is dealing with, you know, some family stuff from her past, Jared has to deal with some forward motion within his family dynamic that is unsettling, to say the least.
To say the least, yes.
But this allowed you again to like kind of tap into a comedy level that was something that we have not seen either. Like this man has a full breakdown.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Don't you wish the world was like this? Really, I'd like to move there.
No, it's super fun getting to explore, especially, you know, reading scenes that I know that I get to do with not only Lacey, but with Steven, you know, and I'll like, even a quick story, like the first day, I went to costumes before I saw anyone, and I walked to costumes and I see a giant ghillie suit, and I'm like, please tell me that's Stevens. And Allison's like, that's Stevens. And I'm like, this is going to be so much fun.
It wasn't even a Halloween costume. That was
no, I know. So it was just really a joy getting to explore, because one thing McLean does, since we're on the McLean train right now, you know, he'll get one scripted, one for him, and then he'll say one's house money. And that's just do whatever you want to do. And sometimes that's the one that makes the movie, sometimes not. But really get that chance to get what the network wants, but us to explore these characters too, since we know them pretty well right now and we know each other really well.
Yeah. And this is, there's a shot, one of my, like, I love these movies with the group scenes when they are like, when they're discussing how to do certain things, they're mobilizing, they're going over like their plan of attack. But the street scenes in this movie, where everyone is decorating their own yards and they're like, they all have a different point of view as to what house they're watching, is absolutely brilliant. When we see them together, they interact really well. But when they're separate, what they're saying about one another is hilarious. The question here is, who? Oh, yeah. Now that you've wrapped, was there one cast member who plays up Halloween on set the most? Like, who was the most Halloween-y on set?
I'm going to have to say Melissa.
I'm going to have to agree.
Right?
Melissa is Halloween. She's all of it.
Yes, she is such a special person. She is the funniest person I've ever met, and also the biggest heart. Like, so detail oriented, remembers everything for your birthday, makes you a homemade gift. Like, her attention to detail is unmatched. And I just remember when we were filming, like, towards the end of the film where we're all together, like Halloween night, the big carnival, she's running around, not only filming scenes, but with her tiny mic, interviewing everyone.
Yeah, she has her own tiny mic show.
Yes, I produced this season of the show, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, nice. There's also something they didn't.
So festive.
Did anyone maybe go home with costumes that they can use for Halloween? Is it the final costume that you guys wear?
No.
I may or may not have the witch costume.
Okay.
I may or may not. I plead the fifth.
Good costume. And what Jared shows up in for his first costume is absolutely, again,
amazing.
The smart, like, you're not playing like, I just love how funny and like, people might have to look up who that person is, but for those of us who know, I was like, oh my God, I need this to happen. And then they didn't mention this, and I don't want to spoil anything, but Ellen, you get quite a showcase at the festival.
Yes.
How was filming that?
It was fun, but I was really scared that I would forget my words. And you have to keep it going once it starts. But I think it was a lot of fun, and everybody reacted to it. And yeah, McLean likes to let me rap. I did it in Haul Out the Holly, All Lit Up too. He just likes that. Yeah. He likes the idea of a woman my age getting in there.
But you killed it. This is a great performance.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, so thanks.
Oh my God, it's so much fun.
I think he keeps assigning you this task because you're so good at it, Ellen.
Yeah.
So who knew? It's your hidden talent.
I may have
Your
a,
special
you
skill.
know, it could, my career could go in a different direction.
Exactly.
You never know.
What
You're
was
the
it like filming the street festival? Like long were those days? I mean, you had to do night shoots, right?
Mhm.
Long.
Yeah, those days
But
are
I'll tell
long,
you,
but fun.
I have to pay homage to Miss Lacey. Never, and those are 12, 14-hour days. They are long, on your feet, in and out. Plus, she has a lot of verbiage, a lot to say. I have never, in the 3 movies that I have worked with her, not a complaint, not a word, not anything. And I believe that whoever the star of the show is sets the tempo for the rest of the cast. If you start complaining, everybody feels that they should complain. I mean, I've seen it over the years, and you set such a great example. Don't you agree with me, Wes?
100%. Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Your nature, whatever, you just from morning till night, you are there. It's amazing, and I congratulate you.
That's so kind of you to say. Thank you so much. You're just the best. I'm so
You're
glad you're
so
in my life.
You're
Thank you.
so welcome.
Are there's you guys have a costume contest? You wait a lot, like viewers are going to want to know what everyone's wearing, which is hysterical because you get so invested 90 minutes in. You have the Bake Off, which again some surprises this year. Any traditions that you guys enjoy celebrating at the holidays at Halloween?
Well, my daughter's 9, so we're really into costumes and trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So lots of baking, lots of preparations for trick-or-treating, and I love going trick-or-treat. I think it's so much fun.
I do too, and this film makes you feel that everybody does it, and it's safe, and you look forward to it. I usually go to my daughters, where my great grandchildren and grandchildren are, and their neighborhood is an old-fashioned neighborhood where everybody goes to everybody's house.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that a lot. And when my kids were little, I loved when they come to the door and trick or treat. I thought that was so. That's my favorite Halloween tradition, is having the kids come up in their costumes.
Yeah.
So cute.
Wes, how about you?
You know what? That's I say this because when I bought the house that we're in now, it's the first time I've ever kind of lived on a little piece of land, and that was when my first thought is, oh man, we're not gonna have any trick-or-treaters. So we now go to a friend's house to hand out candy. But yeah, that was hand to God, that was one of the first things I thought when I saw it. I was like, this is so cool. Oh wait, we're not gonna have any trick-or-treaters.
And I have to chime in with this because I live in Idaho now on 5 acres out of town. And since the day we moved in there, we have one trick-or-treater that comes. It started with
Is it John?
A man and a little boy, and the little boy come and knock on the door. Now the little boy pulls up in the truck with his little boy. That's why I go to my daughters.
Yeah.
I make sure that I see him.
Sweet.
Yeah, that is so sweet.
Yeah, it is
That's so
sweet.
What do you think Jared and Emily give out to the trick-or-treaters?
Are they full-size
probably
candy
copies
people?
of the yeah, they're definitely full-size candy bar people, but probably copies of the HOA handbook just to start them young.
What, you're giving a handbook out to the little children?
Probably.
Wait.
Just so they can grow up aware of the rules.
Right. Just where
Very young, very young.
Where they dispose of their candy wrappers. I think this is
Right.
very smart. And now that the movie also kind of picks up Emily's writing career, maybe she should do a kid's book based on the HOA handbook.
Great
Wow,
idea.
that's an episode.
Pull out the handbook.
Pull up the handbook. See, the ideas never
That's
end.
great. Pull out the handbook. I love it.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for joining us. Do not miss Lacey Chabert, Wes Brown, Ellen Travolta, Kimberly J. Brown, Daniel Kuntz, Melissa Peterman, Stephen Tobolowsky, the whole Evergreen Lane family in the premiere of Haul Out the Halloween, October 11th at 8/7 Central on the Hallmark Channel and streaming the next day on Hallmark Plus. And let us know if you're watching and use the hashtag haul out the Halloween. So we can all play along. You guys, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank you.
much. So good to see you.
Great seeing you too.
Thanks, Damian.